Okay, so just to follow up from the last tutorial, maybe you could possibly want to, instead of having a single spotlight, make your single spotlight into a light bar. So let's have a look at that. What we need to do is roll the history marker back to a position before we created this little plinth at the bottom. So I think that was about there. Yeah, so I've rolled the history back to there, and now we're just working with the one body without the plinth. So get rid of the LED, we don't need that for now. Let's put the origin back on because that helps. So what we want to do is make more of these spotlights in a line. Okay, so we're going to make a pattern of this single spotlight to make it into a light bar. So if we do create, pattern, rectangular pattern, it's a pattern of bodies. The body we're going to do is that one. Axis, there. It's basically which direction do you want to do them in. We're going to do it in a symmetric, so it's going to put them on either side. And we're going to start with 9 of them. And you can drag out. This is a bit of trial and error to see how far apart we want them. There you go, they're just overlapping slightly, and we'll press OK. So you've got that. So in theory, that could be printed as one item now on a resin printer. But what we could do to make it a bit stronger is put like a solid bar that goes all the way through the middle. So let's do that. But you can see here that we've now got all these 9 different bodies. So we can now combine those into one. So if we do modify, combine, target body is that one, the tool bodies are all the others. Press OK. So now we've just got the one body that's all of them stuck together. And then what will I do? I will do a sketch on the back, do a rectangle, starts in the middle, goes like that. Finish the sketch, make it visible. So we're going to extrude this solid rectangle to be the bar that attaches all the individual lights together. Just do extrude, select it. So if we do it maybe 9mm in, make it a new body. Okay, so you've got this bar that's going to attach everything together, but obviously it goes through the light buckets, so that's no good. So what you have to do is sort of cut out all these little intersecting bits. So the easiest way to do it is to do modify, split body. The body we're going to split is the bar, and the tool to do the splitting is going to be the light bar. Hit OK. It'll just take a minute to work it all out. And what you'll find is that we end up with loads of extra bodies now down here. So what we've got to do is remove the bodies that we don't want. So So if you hover your mouse over bodies, you'll see that they highlight, so we don't want that one. Don't want that one. Don't want that one. Don't want that one. And so on and so on. You leave the ones that are in between. Like that. So you can see now that there is a solid bar that is connecting them all. However, you've still got the holes for the LEDs to poke through. You've still got the full light buckets. You can see like the seams where the extra bodies meet. And now once again we can combine all those bodies into one. So what we can do is combine all these random bodies into one. So modify, combine, target body is the main one, the tool bodies are all the other visible ones. We've got it set to join. We don't want to keep the tools this time. Okay. So now all of that is just one body, and all these spare ones, if you highlight them, right click, don't press delete, press remove. If you do remove, you end up with all these little markers added down in your timeline. So that means they're not there, but if you ever want to get them back, you can reverse that action using these status points. So there you've got all that as a one unit that you could, in theory, 3D print on a resin printer or on a regular 3D printer, but the quality wouldn't be anywhere near as good. And then you're going to need some way of attaching them on the ends. So you could screw it into you know, some brackets that you had on a cage or something like that. So what I'm going to do is make a little boss on the end that I could put a hole that can be tapped. So if we do an offset plane of this one, I'll put it over here. Okay. I've now got a surface, a flat surface that I can draw on. Do a sketch on that plane. Then let's do a circle. Let's do the circle on the midpoint. So that's ending up with a 10mm circle. Press Q. I'm going to extrude it in a little to cover up all the little cutouts that we've made for the ribs, and then we can set that to 2 sides and extrude it out a bit, set it to new body. You can see how that's going to look like that. Okay. You can also see that it's just impinging there on the reflector bowl of the light. So what we can do again is we can sort of cut that bit out. So if we go modify, split body, this body, the splitting tool is going to be this face. Do that. Okay. It now turns into 2 separate bodies. You've got the outer bit and you've got the bit that was just poking through. So I'll hide that for now. You could make this any shape you want, you know, rectangular or anything. And do a new sketch on there. Let's just make another circle, just put it as 2mm. Let's hide the lamp. no, what we need to do first is combine these bodies so that when I put the hole that gets tapped in, it is actually getting tapped into the bucket as well. So what I need to do first is, if I create a mirror of this piece over here, so there's one on either end, so create mirror of a body, the body is this, mirror plane is that, you get another one over the other side. Because we already did the split body, getting rid of the bit that poked through, it doesn't poke through over here. We've got those there. Then we need to do modify, combine, target body is the main body, tool bodies are the two bosses that we've made, set to join, okay. Then I can do my extrude for the hole. If we can see just visibly how far we want it to go. If you went all the way through, it'd poke through into the light bucket, so we don't want that. Let's go in 9mm and it's set to cut. Then we can do a mirror of that cut. So we're going to mirror a feature, the feature is the cut, and we're going to mirror it in that plane, okay. So now you end up with the hole there as well. And then we need to add some threads, so create a thread, the face is there. Does it let you do two? I can't remember. No, you can just do one at a time. And let's have a 3mm. I want it modelled so I can print the thread. Okay. Then repeat it. Create a thread on that face. 3mm modelled, okay, and there you have it. So that is one body, that you could export as an STL, 3D print it, resin printer, upload it to Shapeways, whatever. Obviously if you've got a specific application for it, you'd be a bit more careful than I was about working out, you know, what overall width you'd end up with here from here to here, so it'd fit in between your brackets. Let's just change the appearance of it. Let's make it something grey. Oops. It's a bit easier for you to see. And there you have it. So you'd be able to mount it with some M3 screws into there. You'd have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 5mm LEDs in there, and then wire them up however you're going to wire them up, and work out what resistors you'd need. Prime it, chrome paint the buckets, and away you go. So yeah, I'll upload this to YouTube, and I will also give links to the STL file and also the Fusion file, so you can import the Fusion file into your Fusion 360 and you'd have all these steps already pre-done for you, so you can mess around with dimensions and things like that. Hope that was helpful. Cheers, bye bye.